Good morning, dear students. A warm welcome to all of you for our today's digital session for the subject Science and Technology, Section A. In our previous session, we have studied about the types of hydrocarbons, saturated and unsaturated, for chapter number 9, carbon compounds. Also, we have seen the straight chains, branched chains and rings of carbon atoms with different examples. We have studied about the structural formula of benzene, and we have seen how benzene is a cyclic unsaturated hydrocarbon. Today we are going to move towards our next topic for this chapter. The very important topics we are going to cover today. The first is functional groups in carbon compounds. The second topic is homologous series, and the third very important topic is IUPAC nomenclature system. IUPAC nomenclature system of carbon compounds. So let us begin with our first topic, functional groups. Functional groups. Look at the title. You have studied that all the organic compounds which contain carbon in it as the main element, they are considered as the derivatives of hydrocarbons. The derivatives, they are formed by replacing one or more hydrogen atoms in a molecule of hydrocarbon by some other atom or group of atoms. Look very carefully at the main explanatory part of functional group, that one or more hydrogen atom, hydrocarbons mean hydrogen is there, so one or more hydrogen atoms in a molecule of hydrocarbon is replaced by some other atoms or groups of atoms. So the atoms of the elements substitute one or more hydrogen atoms in the hydrocarbon chain, and hence here you can see that the tetravalency of carbon is satisfied. The atom of the element which is the substitute for hydrogen is referred to as a heteroatom. Means the atom of the element which is substituting that hydrogen, that atom is referred to as heteroatom. Now after this replacement, a new set of compounds is formed which has the functions or properties totally different from the parent hydrocarbon. When one of the hydrogen atoms, one or more than one hydrogen atom, is replaced by the atoms of some other element or groups of atoms, what happens is the new set of compounds which is formed, it has functions or properties different from the parent hydrocarbon, and the atom or groups of atoms present in the molecule which determines the characteristics property of organic compounds, it is referred to as the functional group. So the compound which is formed, it acquires specific chemical properties due to this heteroatoms which are replacing hydrogen, or the groups of atoms that contain heteroatoms, irrespective of the length and the nature of the carbon chain in that compound, and therefore this heteroatoms or the groups of atoms containing heteroatoms, they are called as functional groups. Why they are called as functional groups? Because their presence determines the properties of the new compound which is formed. Now let us take the examples of different functional groups. Heteroatom is halogen, that is chlorine, bromine, iodine. So the name is halo, chromo, bromo or iodo, and this is the structural formula Cl, Bri, condensed structural formula. Similarly, the heteroatom oxygen for alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, ether, ester, You can see here for alcohol, the structural formula is OH. Aldehyde CHO. Ketone CO. Carboxylic acid COOH. Ether O. Ester COO. And amines, where the heteroatom is nitrogen, their amines it is NH2, and here is its condensed structural formula. Now the presence of alcohol, the presence of functional group alcohol OH. So here the alcohol is the functional group, because if you take an example of the hydrocarbon methane, that is CH4, one of the hydrogen atom out of the 4 hydrogen atoms is replaced by, suppose you take an example of alcohol, that is OH, then the new compound here it will be formed as CH3, because one hydrogen is replaced OH, and it will be known as methyl alcohol, and here OH group will be known as the alcoholic functional group. Similarly, you can take the example of any of the heteroatoms and the functional groups, and n number of compounds can be formed by replacing one or more hydrogen atoms. And why it is called a functional group, I have told you, because once that group is replacing the hydrogen atom or atoms, then it is the one who is determining the characteristics of the newly formed compound, and hence it is known as functional group. Our next topic is homologous series. Homologous series. You know that a large number of organic compounds, they are classified on the basis of the functional group which is present in them. Just now we have studied what is functional group. They are represented by the same general formula. Their methods of preparation are similar, and they also show similar properties. So how you can define homologous series? A group of organic compounds containing same functional group which can be represented by the same general formula and which more or less show similar trends in their properties is known as homologous series. You can call it as a family of similar organic compounds which contain the same functional group. So the group of the organic compounds which have the same functional group. It is not a definition which is given in your textbook. For your understanding, I have formed this definition in a very simple way. A group of organic compounds containing same functional group which can be represented by same general formula and which more or less they show the similar trends in their properties. Such are known as homologous series. Now some of the characteristics of homologous series we will see one by one. Now nothing is given in the textbook. This is only for you to understand. Here the first characteristic is general formula of all the compounds in the homologous series is the same. They have the same functional group, whether it may be carboxylic acid, whether it may be alcohol, whether it may be ketone. So all the compounds present in the homologous series, they have the same functional group. Here you can see that physical properties. Which are the different physical properties? Melting point, boiling point, density. They will generally show a gradual change with increase of the molecular formula in the series, but you will see that on the other hand, chemical properties of the member, they show close resemblance. Why? Because of the presence of the same functional group in them. So here it should be fit in your mind that physical properties like melting point, boiling point may show changes, but chemical properties will show a close similarity because the functional group is same in them. And the fourth important is, in any homologous series, while going in an increasing order of the length of the carbon chain, every time one methylene unit, that is CH2, it goes on increasing and their molecular weight differs by 14 units. Now whatever I have explained over here, I am going to take different examples so that you will understand it thoroughly. Let us consider our first homologous series of alkanes. This is a family. The alkane family is a homologous series. It is characterized by the general formula CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. Here you can see the first member of the alkane is methane. Molecular formula is CH4. Number of carbon atoms is 1. CH2 is methylene group is 1. Forget about the boiling point. When you go to the next member of the alkane family, it is C2H6 because CnH2n plus 2. So here you can see that 1C and 2H are increasing. Here it is only CH4. So now here 1C is increasing and 2H are increasing. So you can see that the number of methylene groups units are 2. Next, if you go ahead for propane, here C3H8. So here 2 carbon are increasing as compared to the first and 4 hydrogen. So when you compare between ethane and propane, there is a difference of 1C and 2H. So number of methylene units are 3 and so on. So this is the first homologous series, the family of alkanes. Then many other examples are there. You can see the homologous series of alcohols, methanol, ethanol, propanol, butanol. Next you can see the homologous series of alkenes. Alkenes is an unsaturated hydrocarbon having carbon to carbon double bond. So ethene, propene, butene, pentene. So at least you have to study one of the family of the homologous series very thoroughly in the exam, because they can ask you a question, define or explain homologous series giving one example. Now when you are writing the example, suppose you write the homologous series of alkanes, show at least first 4 members along with their molecular formula, and then you show the number of carbon atoms and how the methylene units are differing, increasing one after the other. In this way we complete with our both of the main topics for this chapter, functional groups of carbon compounds and homologous series. You can expect a short question in the board exams from both of these topics. They are the favorite topics of the board. Next, after this, we come to the extremely important topic of this chapter, nomenclature of organic compounds, or you can say IUPAC nomenclature system. IUPAC, the latest and the widely accepted system for giving the systematic names to the organic compounds is this IUPAC, or what is the full form of IUPAC? International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Last year in the 9th standard, I had told you in section A, whatever inventions are done in chemistry, it should be accepted by the IUPAC to become an authentic information for chemistry. Now, according to this IUPAC system of naming or nomenclature, all the organic compounds, they are considered as the derivatives of saturated hydrocarbons and are known as alkanes. All the organic compounds, they are considered as the derivatives of saturated hydrocarbons and they are known as alkanes. And to express the name of the compound and the basic carbon chain is modified by root. What does a root indicate? It indicates the nature of basic carbon skeleton. Now, how does this nomenclature system work? There are 3 units in the IUPAC name of any carbon compound: parent, suffix and prefix. Now let us see the different steps which have to be followed while naming any carbon compound. So the first step is draw the structural formula of the straight chain compound and count the number of carbon atoms in it. It is very important. Draw the structural formula and you have to count the number of carbon atoms which are present in it. The alkane with the same number of carbon atoms is the parent alkane. Suppose you have one carbon atom, then you know it is methane. Suppose you have 3 carbon atoms, you know it is propane. So the alkane with the same number of carbon atoms is the parent alkane of the concerned compound. You have to write the name of this alkane. See, directly do not go for the final name. Follow the steps. Now you have to write the name of the parent alkane with the pencil. In case the carbon chain of the concerned compound contains a double bond. Suppose the carbon chain of the compound which you are naming, it has carbon to carbon double bond, then the parent name which is ending with ane, that ane you have to change to ene, that is ene. Suppose in not methane, you take propane. In one of the carbon you find double bond, then instead of writing propane you will write propene. From ane it will become ene. Similarly, if the carbon chain in the concerned compound it contains a triple bond, then you change the parent name from ane to yne, ine, that is propine, ethyne, butyl. So first step I think you have understood. Count the number of carbon atoms, derive the parent alkane. If there is a single bond, then you will keep ane, methane, propane. If there is a carbon-carbon double or triple bond, then you are going to end the parent name with either ene or ine accordingly. The second step is, here you can see an example chart I have placed. Structural formula: CH3, single bond CH2, single bond CH3. How many number of carbon atoms are there? 3. Everywhere you see there is a single bond. So 3 carbon atoms means propane. 1 carbon atom means methane. You know it is the smallest hydrocarbon. 2 carbon atoms ethane. 3 carbon atoms propane. 4 carbon atoms butane. So you should know this very properly. So you can see in the first case 3 carbon atoms are there. So propane, because everywhere you can see a single bond. Here C is twice with a single bond. So 2C means ethane. CH3 single bond CH2 COOH. So 3C you can see with a single bond everywhere. So again parent name is propane. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms are there. So the parent name is butane, because everywhere you can see a single bond. Here be careful. 3 carbon atoms means propane. But here you can see a double bond in between 2 carbon atoms. So N is changed to ENE. So propene. In the last case, again you can see 3 carbon atoms. So surely it is propane. But a triple bond is seen, so that N becomes YNE, propine. So for the first step you have understood along with the example. Let us see what is the second step. This second step says, if the structural formula contains a functional group, replace the last letter E from the parent name by the condensed name of the functional group as the suffix. Suppose you have the parent name as methane, and you know that the structural formula is containing a functional group alcohol, that is OH. Then E from methane you are going to replace by the condensed name of the functional group, that is OH, methanol, propanol, butanol. So E is replaced by the condensed name of the functional group. Here the only exception is the condensed name of the functional group halogen is always attached before, that is as the prefix. Suffix is towards the end. So methane is towards the end, that is replaced by OH. But suppose it is a functional group is halogen, that is chloro, bromo, propane, then it will come towards the beginning, chlorobutane. Or you can say which are the different halogen groups which we have seen. One was chlorine, one was bromine, one was iodine. So bromoethane or iodopropane. So it will come in the beginning and not towards the end. So always remember, when the functional group is halogen, then the condensed name will come in the beginning as the prefix. Step number 3. Number the carbon atoms in the carbon chain from one end to the other. Assign the number 1 to carbon in the functional group, that is CHO or COOH. Be very careful. If the functional group is CHO or COOH, that is carboxylic acid, then for that carbon you have to assign number 1. Otherwise, the chain can be numbered in both the direction, that is 2 directions. Except that numbering which gives smaller number to the carbon carrying the functional group. In the final name, a digit, that is a number, and a character letter should be separated by a small horizontal line in between them. You can see small horizontal line over here. Similarly, you have to separate them. So you have seen the different steps which you have to follow while naming any carbon compound, any organic compound. So ahead in the chart, you will come to know the different functional groups, the parent name, the suffix and the prefix for the parent. For example, the first case is CH2, single bond CH2OH. Functional group is alcohol, that is OH. Parent name is ethane. Then here you will write ethanol. For alcoholic group, remember this is very important chart. If the functional group is OH, then towards the end you are going to write OL. So ethanol, alcohol. Remember, for halogens, for chlorine it is chloro, for bromine it is bromo, for iodine it is iodo. It will come in the beginning. So chloro, ethane, bromo, ethane as the prefix. If the condensed group is CHO, you have studied today itself in the functional groups. The CHO means aldehyde. Suppose aldehyde is the functional group, then your you can say replacement will be done by the word Al. So propanal, parent name is propane. So propanal. If it is carboxylic group, that is COOH, then the ending will be replaced. The condensed name will be OIC acid. So ethane is the parent name, ethanoic acid. Why ethane? Because 2 carbon atoms are there. Amine is the functional group. Then NH2 functional group, amine, methanamine. CO, ketone. Then it is ONE. So propane, E is replaced by ONE. Always remember, I have told you in the very beginning that all the organic compounds, they are considered as the derivatives of saturated hydrocarbons and hence they are known as alkanes. So surely you are going to label, find out the parent alkane first, whether it is ethane, whether it is methane, whether it is propane, depending on the number of carbon atoms present. Here itself you take different examples. See, in the first case, 2 carbon atoms are there. So parent name is ethane. Here also 2 carbon atoms are there, ethane. Here also 2 carbon atoms are there, ethane. 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms propane. 1, 2. 2 carbon atoms ethane. Only a single carbon atom. So methane. 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. So propane. So depending upon the carbon atoms, once you have got the name of the parent alkane, depending on the functional group, you should know what condensed name comes. If it is a halogen, then chloro or bromo will come in the beginning as the prefix, or if it is any other functional group apart from halogen, then for alcoholic it is OL, for aldehyde it is AL, for carboxylic acid OIC acid, for amine it is amine only, for ketone it is ONE. That will come as the suffix which will replace your E. This E you can see, ethane, E is replaced by OL, ethanol. Here propane, E is replaced by AL, propanol. Ethanoic acid, everywhere this E is replaced by the condensed name of the functional group. Now, how the number will appear, how the digit will appear. Here you can see the structural formula, 2 numberings of the carbon chain. Here this OH is attached to the C, so I will do the numbering from either here 1, 2, 3 or from here 1, 2, 3. So this OH group, this alcoholic group is attached to the second carbon atom. So how will be the name? You know now how many carbon atoms? 3. So propane. E is replaced by OL. So all. And this alcoholic group is attached to the second carbon atom. So propan 2OL. Similarly, other examples you can see ahead. Now you might be wondering, so many carbon compounds, how to remember? In your small brain of 10th standard, it is very difficult for you to number or label or name so many organic compounds. So I will just tell you, page number 123 in your textbook, you have a chart where the common name and the structural formula are given to you. You have to only find the IUPAC name, that chart, and whatever IUPAC labeling, naming is given in the textual part, that is under question number 5. That you have to prepare thoroughly for the prelims as well as the board exams. Other examples, yes, surely you can take if you wish to go ahead with organic chemistry or for practice. Different examples from the digest and all you can try out for practice. But the mains which you have to concentrate is the chart on page number 123 and question number 5 textual question. So let us start with the chart on page number 123. Keep the pencils ready with you. So simultaneously you can fill the answers in the chart. First one is ethylene. Structural formula CH2, double bond CH2. Now you can see 2 carbon atoms are there. So the parent alkene is ethane. Double bond. So ethane, ANE is replaced by ENE. So the IUPAC name is ethene. We start with the very simpler ones as they are given in the textbook. In the same order we will follow. Next is acetylene, CH, triple bond. Now here you have to be careful. 2 carbon atoms are there, so ethane. But you can see a triple bond. No functional group is there. So ANE changes to YNE and the name is ethyne. Now we go to slightly difficult ones. Acetic acid, CH3, single bond COOH. 2 carbon atoms are there. So the parent alkane is ethane. Now here you can see a functional group carboxylic acid is attached to one of the carbon atoms. So your condensed name is, when carboxylic acid is there, OIC acid. So ethanoic acid. Ethane, E is replaced from ethane, the last E is replaced by the condensed name of the functional group. So ethanoic acid. Similarly, CH3OH. Now OH is the functional group which is the alcoholic group. So parent alkane is methane because only one C is there. So methane. E is replaced by alcoholic group, that is OL is the structural or you can say condensed name. So methanol. Similarly here ethanol. Similarly here CHO. 2 carbon atoms means ethane. CHO is the aldehyde group. The condensed name is AL. So ethanol. See the difference, huh? here it is ethanol, here it is ethanol. So all these names depend upon the functional group which is present in them, and hence this group of atoms is called as the functional group because they form a new compound and decide the properties of that particular compound. Next one is CH3COCH3. 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. So parent alkane is propane. Here you can see CO, ketone, is attached. So ONE attached to the second carbon atom. So propan to ONE. Next is CH3 single bond CO, CH2, CH3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms. So butane. Here you can see CO, that is the ketone group, second carbon atom butane to ONE. Similarly here 1, 2, 2 carbon atoms ethane. Amine is the functional group, so ethanamine. And last is here is a halogen. You know halogen comes towards the beginning attached to the first carbon atom. So 1 small dash chloropropane. Propane 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. So propane, and this halogen is given as a prefix in the beginning. So chloropropane, 1 chloropropane. With these examples, we will wind up with our today's session. In our next session, we will take the textual exercise first. The different IUPAC names which are there in question number 5. And the last topic of this chapter which is remaining now, that is the chemical properties of carbon compounds. The different chemical properties like combustion, oxidation, and the chemical properties of ethanoic acid, and you can say about the even the chemical properties of ethanol, that we are going to study in our next session. And then one more session we will require to discuss the textual questions and the additional questions for this chapter, and then our portion will get over. So next time when you attend our session, please go through the chemical properties and then attend the session. Thank you, dear children.